Hey guys, I like to read about religions. I'm a Hindu. I love Krishna. I believe Krishna. I love my religion. Okay, but I also like to read what other religion says about the end of times. Okay, so based on that, talking about end of times and you know concepts like that. Though the most famous thing, or everybody would be relatable, would find it to be relatable, would be Kali Yuga and Judgment Day. So I started reading Bible because I was very hooked to knowing what the Revelation and all what it speaks about and everything. Okay, so I'm yet to reach there. So I have this small app, the Bible app. So I started reading it just for knowledge basis. So I I I was reading the New Testament according to what people say. It's so the New Testament starts off from uh, the book of Matthew. So in the book of Matthew, there were so much interesting statements that I found about um, of Jesus. Sorry, so statements from Jesus. Okay, um, so one of the statements was I just like to I'm sorry, I'm going off places because there's so much that I freaking noted down, and I want to tell them how interesting they are. And yo, I was amazed, and I did find some similarities to what Krishna also tells in Bhagavad Gita. So let's get to the point. So one of the major statements Christ makes. Okay, I don't know the verses, so if anybody's watching, please don't come at me. You people will know it, but I just wanted to get the message out. Okay, that's all. So one point is, for it is no. Listen to this. Okay, this is crazy. For it is not you who speak, but the Spirit of your Father speaking through you. Like, do you people understand this, right? Like, Jesus was called Son of Man, Son of God, okay? He came in a human form, basically telling us how to live as a human and how to talk to God. Okay, he was basically, though he had an earthly father, which was Joseph, Saint Joseph, he kept on saying, "My father is in the heaven, and he's heavenly, and the things that he does, nobody will understand it except the Son." Now, Jesus was so clear, even though he was a human, he was so clear on what he had to do. Though, like, I don't know how. I guess Jesus was alive till 32 years. I don't know, but the point is, this statement right here, it says, "For it is not you who speak, but the Spirit of your Father speaking through you." Okay, so the soul that we have comes right from the God. Okay, so as I'm speaking, or when you people speak, the consciousness, it's just not the heart, or it's just not the brain, or it's just not the brain's consciousness just randomly telling you what to speak. It's the soul. Okay, it's basically God directing through you what to say. Now, think back what Krishna says. Okay, so Krishna says, "I am in everything. I am in every atomic. I am in the light you see." You people may think that I'm not there, but in Bhagavad Gita, it's clearly mentioned. I don't know the part or the verse, but it's clearly mentioned that he's in the sun rays. He's in the sun rays. Okay, like the ray of the sun. That's because of Krishna. That is Krishna. Okay, so Krishna says, he's, what do we call him? We call him Paramatma. And what do we call ourselves? Atma. So the Atma is called the soul. It's just like I don't know, like a small portion of the supreme power. That's exactly what Jesus said. Okay? Whatever we are doing, it's like whatever I'm speaking, I don't know how to say this, but I hope you people are getting it. It's um like we think whatever we are saying is what we want to say it, but in reality, the dreams that we have, the things that we want to say, is all God. Okay, is all God. When you're like on the right track, obviously, when you're thinking of lusting, don't blame it on God. So you can't say that. Okay, when you're like thinking about watching porn or doing theft or robbery or any bad thing, you cannot say that, oh, okay, you know what, it's not me, so it's actually God doing it. No, it's not like that. So, we wish God to come and tell us that, like in person, that, this is the wrong thing and this is the right thing. But actually, He speaks. Sometimes He speaks, but the world is too noisy and sometimes we're too distracted. We're too distracted in order to listen. The devil, in fact, he's the loudest guy. Like, observe it. When you are like tempted to watch porn or do any bad thing like drinking or watching porn, whatever, the voice in your head is so loud, like it's like, "Hey, it's okay, one time, nothing matters." That voice is so loud. It's like, one time, it's okay, come on, like everybody's doing it, just do it, just do it. But in the back of your head, there's also one more voice telling you about, you cannot do this, you got exams coming, you gotta focus, or you promised God or you promised yourself that you wouldn't do it, so don't do it. But that voice is very soft. That voice is what we need to listen. So that was one of the statement. Okay, so you have God inside you. So that's the reason we are living and we're waking up every time, doing everything. Sometimes we go to temples, sometimes we go to churches, and sometimes we cannot understand why we cry, why we get overwhelmed so easily. Like tears just start flowing when we see God. That's all because the soul is connected to the Supreme. So it speaks to it. But the human body is just not able to understand it, but the soul understands it, right? So that is one of the statement. And one more thing what Jesus said was, and do not fear those who kill the body but cannot kill the soul. Bro, this two lines, I mean, like, when I was reading this, I felt like Jesus was aura forming the whole time. If anybody had that faith what he had back then, I feel like they would understand how savage Jesus was. Okay? Or even Hamara Lord Krishna was. So Krishna says, you know what? I'll start up again. So in Hinduism it says that gods don't have birth nor death. But Krishna says this thing about soul in Bhagavad Gita. What does he say? Now listen to this, okay? What did Jesus say? This is like crazy. It's all connected, boys. It's all freaking connected. It's just religions which are differentiating us, but it's all connected, okay? Just focus on the message. He says, and do not fear those who kill the body but cannot kill the soul. Krishna said this years back. What did he say? He said that the soul has no beginning, has no end. That's a clear indication that the soul is coming right from the God, because God has no beginning nor has no end. Krishna just doesn't end there. He goes back and he says, in fact, Krishna gives even more precise definition of how the soul is. Okay, you cannot see the soul, but the soul is actually very powerful. So he says, you know what, you can put it in the fire, you can put it in the volcano, but it won't get burnt. Okay, you can dip it in the oceans, but it won't get wet. You can throw it in the wind, it cannot sway around, or it cannot get dry or whatnot. Nothing will happen to it. You cannot cut it using the sharpest sword. The soul cannot be cut. So imagine the voice that I'm speaking is actually the voice from the vocal cords of this body, right? It's from this body. But you or me, we have no idea how our own soul sounds. So you know what? If anybody shoots me, obviously I'm dead, right? If anybody cuts me, slaughters me, this body is gone. But they think that they actually killed me. But no, in reality, that's what Jesus and Krishna says the same. They just kill the body, but they cannot kill you. So what are you fearing for? Arjuna is also like feared in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, that he sees all his relatives, grandfather, blah 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 blah. People, how it goes. But what does Krishna say? You know what? Soul changes bodies like how we change clothes every next day, right? We change, like, you know what I'm saying, right? We change it after our bath. So soul does the same thing. Okay, so we cannot be killed. Okay, we just cannot be killed. This world is sort of shitty. You can think that it's sort of shitty. Even Jesus said the same thing. Jesus kind of told that in this world hearts will break, bones will break, but seek for the kingdom of God which is in the heaven, because there nobody will be weeping, nobody will cry, everybody will be satisfied, and everybody will, most importantly, live happy. They'll be satisfied because they're with the Lord. Because see, Lord created you, my boy. Lord created you. We might think that getting that Lamborghini, getting that mansion will satisfy us. We're as humans, we're always longing in order to we're always longing for all those things, materialistic things or whatnot, that thinking in a way like, if we get that, I'm satisfied, my life is set. Oh God, if I get that woman, my God, I'm in peace, bro. Or if I get that car, I'm in peace, bro. But the default setting of a human being is that that hole that we're trying to fill in, that is God. All our life we're like taught to get all these things, and we get get a good recognition, be a good man, that this proud, make your parents proud, whatnot. But in the middle of all this, sometimes our soul feels so heavy, it gets too much, and that's the time when we all reach to God, right? So at the end, some of the other time, a human being will finally realize that all he needs is God, that peace. You just go to that temple at that time, when you're like so low, but when you go to that temple, church, mosque, whatnot, you feel so peace, right? That is exactly what you need. So all we need is God. So I hope you people got that. Jesus and Krishna, their teachings are not much different. They're all kind of same, but people are just not ready to accept the truth, I guess. I don't know, because they want to have that pride of having that, my God is great, no, my God is supreme, blah blah blah. Boss, you need to understand, this is not talking about supreme, this is talking about message. Okay, message. Let's go to the next thing. So he says, I have not come to bring peace but a sword. I'm not trying to be delusion here, I'm not trying to twist it, but think about it. Christ says, I've not come here to bring peace but a sword. Okay, when you think about it, he basically told way back that, boss, I'm not here to just spread peace. No, I'm here to freaking make you people aware what you people are missing. You people are missing the kingdom of God. So he says, the meaning what he says is, sword is division. The next part of that verse is for I have come to set a man against his father, and a daughter against his mother, and a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. Okay, so this is what it takes in the road of success or in the path of success. So sometimes you have these crazy ass dreams, right? You want to achieve all that. You get these visions, and people around you, your friends or your family, they won't understand it. Like, I'm pretty sure many of you people would be able to relate to what I'm actually saying. sometimes when you actually say that to them, you actually think that what you're thinking, the thought and the vision that you have, are even they'll know it, they'll experience it, because it's sort of common. Even they'll realize it, even they'll get what I'm trying to say. Like they can understand what I'm trying to say. But in reality, it's not like that, because God puts those visions only to you because He knows your power. That's the reason. But the power you have, the person next to you won't be having. Your parents, sometimes they won't be having the ability to absorb it and understand what you're trying to say. So they rather just, you know what, ये सब छोड़ के पढ़ाई करो, पढ़ाई में ध्यान रखो. Basically, the talk, right? They'll do that. That's exactly here. Do not give up on your dreams. Okay, so the dreams. Even Steve, I don't know the guy name. That TV host guy. I don't know. His name is Steve. He's really famous. Like, he's a bald guy, black. I don't mean to say it like that, but I don't know his name. Even he said in one of a YouTube short that I saw that, he said that never ever say your dreams even to your mom or dad, because boy, that dream that you saw is only for you. He didn't show it to your friend, he didn't show it to your mom, he didn't show it to your dad. It was only you. So do not tell it. Just focus. Just be so focused. Know your strengths, know your powers, do the work what's needed, and just pray to God.